mic. Turn up your sound for me. Check 1 2, test 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10. Sound coming through. No, but those are the player mics.
Oh, there it is. It's delayed.
Yeah, it's just delayed. That's all. Okay. Welcome to the original 16 Bonspiel. This is our quarterfinal game. And your feature game today is Team Dunnam versus Team MacDonald. I'm Rob Lane, one of the board of director members here at the Calgary Curling Club. And commentating with me today is Olympic bronze medalist and Scotties champion, Amy Nixon. Welcome, Amy.
Thanks. Also Wednesday night league player now. It's 100 years ago that I used to play competitive, but here I am.
Absolutely. Thanks for joining us. All right, so we got some great action today. Your game that we're featuring right now is Team Dunnam. They were the finalists in this Bonspiel last year, just losing a real close game to Team McEwen. And Team MacDonald is a junior team out of Manitoba. Player mic's going there. Okay. Starting off here with a classic guard. Teams have been seeing some great curl all weekend. The ice has been keen. We've had some great conditions, so I think we're going to be in for a good game today.
It's one thing about streaming, you actually get to see the Leeds rocks. That's Cam Olofsson, and I want to acknowledge that because poor Leeds, they never get on TV.
As a career lead, I appreciate that, and yeah, absolutely. We never get the love, at least not on TV. So we're going to bring you every rock this weekend, so hopefully you enjoy. We are playing the center line no tick rule in this Bonspiel, so very important for us leads to make sure that that rock does stick on the center line. Just makes it so that the opposition can't tick it. We've been playing that in our Wednesday night league, and it certainly has changed the game a little bit, changed the strategy. Actually, Amy, I don't know if maybe the game my team played against yours, I don't remember if you were there that day, but we had a little trouble figuring out what the rule on the center line no tick was. We had to put the rock back and forth a couple times.
Yep, that was against us. In our defense, 2 of our players hadn't played in basically 11 years. And trying to, talk about sweeping 10 years later is quite something too.
Yes. The good thing is we figured it out and came to an amicable solution. So.
That's right, and we had a beer after.
And most importantly, we had an original 16 after the game. Absolutely, we did. Huge shout out and thanks to our sponsor, Original 16, for the title sponsor for this Bonspiel. They're just a great friend of curling and really appreciate the support that they put behind not just our event, but some teams. I was watching a little bit of the Grand Slam this weekend, and Ryan Kleider's got a big sponsorship from them, so that's great to see.
Yeah, they're a really good friend to curling. I met some of those folks when I was on the board of Curling Canada at various events as well, and they're just really approachable and committed people to curling, which is awesome.
And a great Saskatchewan company too. We got to give some shout out to Saskatchewan. Both Amy and I are from Saskatchewan, so there's a little bit of bias there.
Yeah, I think that's a little known. Anyone who watched me curl only ever saw me in an Alberta or Canadian jacket. So definitely grew up in Saskatchewan. My first jacket was a Saskatchewan jacket at the Canada Winter Games way back in 1995.
Oh, wow. Do you still have that jacket?
I think I do, yeah.
Yeah, awesome.
It's one of those like plastic ones that they had back then, kind of almost like a garbage bag.
Right.
But I'm not getting rid of it, yeah. That was a really nice shot there at outturn.
Yes.
Little Manitoba tuck.
Looks like he's done a little bit of modification to his throwing broom there. A little cut down on the handle.
Little slider underneath it.
Yep.
That's not going to be his favorite.
No, a little bit of a mistake there. Just a hair heavier than you wanted and gets the roll off, so not ideal. Team Dunnam's really liking this lineup, though.
Yeah, it's early in the end as well. So.
True. Do you think the 5-rock rule has changed the strategy where more teams, it feels like more teams are coming into the center line and not going to the corner guards?
Well, I'm old enough to remember the total evolution, as I'm sure you are as well.
Yes.
From no free guard zone to 3 to 4 to 5 rock free guard zone, and then the no tick rule. That's all quite probably in the last 20 some years, 20, 30. So yeah, I think it does push things to the middle, and I think it's achieved to some extent what was hoped, which is, you don't know for sure if somebody's 2 up coming home, if they're going to win or not. In the
Yes,
final
it does give you a chance.
Come on. Hard to stick it. Shooter. Yep.
Nice double takeout there, cleaning things up by Team MacDonald. The shot before, Team Dunnam did have a little bit of a wreck as well. They didn't intend to chip off the guard, so
Better judge on that person sooner.
It's amazing how quickly things can change.
I was going to say, we were talking 3 shots ago about how the end was setting up pretty nice for Dunnam, and 2 shots later, it's sitting in favor of MacDonald right now. So a little cleanup on aisle 4 here from Team Dunnam with the double. I think he would like to have kept his shooter around there, but he'll take the double to start, and MacDonald now has the opportunity to split the house.
Try to separate them so that there's no double, so they can score 2 here at this end. That's the idea.
Yep. We do have 2 other games going on at the same time, so we'll give you live updates from Morizumi versus Kaltoff, Jakes versus Sampson, and Maeda versus Keene. I guess 3 other games, pardon me.
Jesus fucking Christ. Like 13 seconds.
And we'll just put a mute on a... Sorry, folks, we don't have a 7-second delay on our microphones here, so we'll try and catch that, but all good. Great to see the passion in the game.
It's easy to forget that you have a microphone on.
It is, yes.
It's pretty kind of surprising that one actually stuck at the back. But
Yeah. So Dunnam with hammer in the first end here. They're going to be looking for the hit and roll and get it over to the other side, I think.
trying to stop it from curling, so I'm wondering if it's going to go. Oh, nice.
Oh, good roll. Pretty much where he wanted it.
Definitely.
Just trying to bring this rock over to, I think, keep play over and potentially get another double on the MacDonald stones just to clean things up. Dunnam's going for the blank now, it looks like.
Called a nose hit, and we can hope that a double will be missed, but they have a few shots at it, so.
Yep. And you don't have to move that back one very far, so.
Definitely true.
Gotta go. Right up.
Right, so pretty, well, no doubles easy, but pretty close to a nose hit here. Should double these off. You got a little bit of play either way. You could make it either way. I usually make it the opposite way that my skip calls, but that's why I play lead and I don't throw a lot of doubles. So. He asked me which turn I prefer, and I just tell him, I'll let you know when I release the rock. You just put the broom down.
There you have it.
There you go. So looking like we're on our way to a blank this end, I would say, unless we get a mistake with the nose hit on the last one. But
they're playing nice and fast on this sheet, that's
yep,
for sure.
exactly.
Reason why we shouldn't force there.
All right. We've had a ton of rocks in play all Bonspiel. There hasn't been a lot of blanks up there. There's been some aggressive play, and it's been great to see. We've had great action all weekend.
Right now, all 4 sheets have very few rocks in play, which is interesting.
Wonder if teams are just, first game of the day, teams are being a little bit more cautious and not wanting to take too many risks.
Although on the sheet that we're commentating on, that just sort of a couple misses had kind of forced it into that.
Right,
so.
yeah. Yeah, and misses on both sides, right?
Yeah. There's only one sheet with more than 1 rock in play, and that's Morozumi and Kaltov.
Yep.
Well, then I'm going down there and throwing around that thing.
The Morozumi team, we've seen those guys at Worlds a few times, so we've got some pretty high level of competition here. This Dunnam team is a up-and-coming team in the States, and I think we'll be seeing them at a few more big spiels. So pretty textbook back and forth here.
Yeah, they're just looking for a nose hit.
Yeah.
Hard.
MacDonald's last shot of the end, so
Clean.
looking to stick
Clean.
around anywhere in the house. Do you ever try and roll it just a bit just to give the guy a different, your opposition a different throw, not the same line, or just hit it and don't get too fancy?
Yeah, I think at certain levels it makes sense if you can put it into a spot they maybe haven't seen, but this is the semifinals, so I don't think it makes as much of a difference.
Right.
If I was coaching a young team, I'd say for sure move it around to a different spot, see if they haven't seen it before. But it's kind of a fait accompli here, mostly, should
Right.
be.
Yeah.
Never say never.
Well, that's right. Yeah, we did. I did accidentally jinx it. I'm like, okay, this is a guaranteed make, and then there was a flash. I'm like, okay, I hope the team doesn't reuse this stream as a learning tool, and I'll be blacklisted as a commentator for them going forward. So nice hit and roll out. Shot called, objective achieved. So Dunnam blanks the first end and carries hammer into 2. And over on sheet 3, Morozumi versus Kaltov. They blanked the first end as well.
Oh, that's not Morozumi, sorry.
Oh,
That's
pardon me, you're right.
Maida and Keen, I think.
Maida and Keen, yes.
They blanked.
Thank you. Okay, so we got a blank on sheet 3 between Maida and Keen. And what else? There's nothing. I don't
looks
think
like
anything else has been posted up yet.
It looks like a blank coming down for Samson against Jacques as well.
Right. Jake's, yeah.
Room right now. Whoa.
I only know that because I actually interviewed Ryan for a job.
Oh, there you go.
Got a curl
It's amazing
big
how
here.
it's a small world.
Yeah, he made that shot,
Yeah.
so it's a blank there as
Nice.
well.
Blank on
Nice.
sheet 6 between Jakes and Samson. Samson's had a really good game in their qualifier last night. They only played 3 ends, so they had a little bit of easier route into the playoffs this morning. Jakes had a really good game, and it went the full 8 ends.
Kaltov and Morozumi are slow playing. They're only halfway through this end.
They actually have rocks in play.
Yeah.
If you are going to go behind tee, you do want to make sure you get it deep enough
Room right now.
that it leaves room for a couple rocks.
Room. Line's close. Okay, line's good. Curl till it stops. Hard, you gotta bite the line. Keep going. Good shot. Sweep, guys.
Great shot, drawn in, exactly where he asked for it. We will be pausing this game at 11 o'clock for a minute of silence to remember those who've served our country and fallen. So just a huge shout out and thank you to all the veterans and current service people on this Memorial Day.
Don't want to bounce on this line. Don't want to bounce, guys.
Doesn't want to bounce here.
Sorry, Eddie.
Just a hair wide and half a pound
Try and freeze on
heavy,
the inside
but
of the yellow. T-line.
if MacDonald can get inside nose on this, he'll be really happy. And then I think we'll start to see some rocks fly.
Where? Line's good. Hard line a bit. Hard, guys. Gotta be here. Hard, guys. Heads down. You really gotta go on this. Never stop. Curl, 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 curl. Just get it right in there. Hard, hard, Cam. Go, 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 go. Hey, good.
Great shot, great sweep.
15.
Pulled that right in there, sit and shot rock. Now, is he just following this down, Amy? I didn't see the call, so I think he's...
Yeah, I think he is trying to play a bit more weight than that, but we don't have a great angle.
No, unfortunately.
So
Our angle, folks, is the broadcast booth takes second place to the live patrons. So
as it should. And just not entirely certain on this angle, that's all.
yeah. So I think he was a little tight. Definitely wasn't intending to do that, but did leave the rock in play, so
Think we could go,
might be usable later on.
tight.
Well, no, I don't. Yeah, I think that's too deep to come in off anything. So MacDonald looking to replace the guard up front and just keep things busy. He's sitting 1 and 3 right now,
Line's good. Bit of room early.
and the angles aren't great for Dunnam right now.
Hard, guys.
Not yet.
You gotta
Really.
go.
Yeah,
Really hard. Yeah, you gotta go. Never off.
this one's
Never
going to
off,
be
Cal.
pretty high. They really
Right
want to get
line,
to that
hard,
center
hard,
line.
Hard, 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 hard. It's pretty good.
Sweeping.
Spot.
Yep. It's a pretty good spot for it. You always wanted to stay on that side of center anyways, I think, with this
Little wider, I
guard.
think
So
they threw that one good. Nice pair, dude.
So just for the viewers at home, our cameras are stationed above sheet 5. We don't have a track that we can move them from sheet to sheet, so we can twist them, and we're broadcasting from sheet 4. Sheet 5 is going to be our championship game, so just in fairness to the teams, we are keeping sheet 5 empty until the final game tonight, so that no one team has more of an advantage than the other of having played the sheet that they might get onto on the final. Nice run back, clears off the top.
Do we want to go here or top 12? Yeah, or we just get here and line everything up.
Yeah, you got to be a little bit careful. If you come
I
in, you
like
could
coming in, it's a high guard.
could make an easier shot for Dunnam to clear things out.
Like, even if we're on the nose of it, it's good. But, like, obviously, up here is okay, too.
Short's the miss for
I like
sure.
being, I think. Okay. Just top 4. Play for the freeze. If we're light, we're light.
The good news for them is they've played this a number of times already
Yes.
this end, so
Yeah.
should have a pretty decent understanding of how to get there.
Yep.
Line's good.
And you would think just from looking at the sheet that it's more pleasing to the eye to throw the other turn, but they've thrown everything down this side, so they know the path. They're confident in it, and that's why you're taking this turn. This is coming right to it.
It's a little bit too warm. Not bad, but just a little bit warmer than I wanted.
Tap it just a bit. I think that worked out pretty good, though. Yeah.
Jiggled it off the angle. That's right. So he doesn't love it because of the angle. If it had just been a little bit more curl or a little higher.
I mean, I think it's just good enough, but he can get all of them. And that angle's
Yeah,
kinda
so
crappy now.
MacDonald just telling us that just good enough, but there is still a shot to get them all. So I think we'll see some heat on this one.
On that earlier, it was close. Any lower, and that's almost really good. Then it's like just 2 or 3 steel in play. But
just a slight,
I guess
probably
that 5
misswep
is
on that, but lots of, I mean, so close.
Yeah.
They're going to try to run this back.
Yeah.
Since there's no yelling, it doesn't make me confident.
No, as a sweeper, on those heavyweight takeouts, you do like to hear being called on to sweep. You know it's a lot closer. When you're right off, it's all you can do is sit back and watch. And
Yeah.
a little bit nerve-wracking.
So Marzumi and Kaltoff are still in the first end. They still have 3 rocks left. This is quite a journey.
Well then.
So we're drawing the other side now, so this
Guard.
will be a little bit of a guess. They were forced to play the other turn just because of where the shooter on the last shot wound up, but managing it really nice and bringing it right to pretty much right where he called it.
Good shot, Dal.
Yeah, it's
Very
pretty good.
Throw. Just almost
Looks
had
like
just
there's a
get that
port
line
to
right
come
on the
through
first
there.
one. I was might get a chance here.
Got through the port. Really nice shot. Pop that. Not completely out, but
For third shot at least.
yep.
So.
Yeah, like right there. Just kind of try and get it over so he.
And his own yellow rock, Dunnam's own yellow rock, might be partially buried. Again, sorry, our angles aren't great.
Right there.
I'm going to call that
Like
pretty
right
buried.
there.
Yeah.
Right there. Let's just make sure low on that 5 is good.
It's funny, when you're the team that owns the guard and the rock, it never looks as buried as the opposition's like, oh, I can't see any of that. So
It's true. I remember coaching years ago and saying to a young team, sometimes it's best just to think about what do they not want you to do instead of getting it all in your head about what to do. What does the other team really want you to not do?
Yep. Yeah. Looks like we've got some Dunnam fans online on YouTube. That's great to see. Thanks, folks, for checking in. Let us know where you're watching from. The Dunnam team is from the States. I think, if I remember correctly, it's around the Philadelphia area, and one of their players, I think, was living in Denver. So they're a little bit, they're not playing Wednesday league together. They come together for Bonspiels, but great to have you folks online, and thanks for joining us.
Curl.
Great draw here, looking for a little bit of an inside flop.
Little hotter than he wanted, but
Yep.
Unfortunately, I think they can see enough of it to,
They can get there for the double.
well, I'm not sure double, but at least to kind of tap or, we'll see here. It looks like it's a little less weight.
Good stuff.
Okay.
Thanks, Ron, for joining us from Kootenay Lake, BC. That's awesome.
I was just really, I didn't add at all on that.
And the Potomac Curling Club, thanks for joining us. Hope I pronounced that right.
Yeah. Fuck, we just made your job better.
There's definitely some thoughts and feelings being expressed.
There is, yes. Youth and enthusiasm. The Potomac Curling Club's in Laurel, Maryland. I have never been to Laurel, Maryland, but that is fabulous to hear and see that we got curling down in Maryland.
This is pretty phenomenal, the amount of body weight people are putting on brooms nowadays.
Yeah. That sweeping technique has changed significantly from when I started curling.
And that was a pretty decent shot, even though he's not necessarily shot rock. Just got those 2 red rocks out of the middle. Definitely gives him a chance to get one here.
Yep. Just looking to see who's second shot here. So definitely I'd say the, as we're looking at the screen on the left side, the one red rock's definitely the shot rock, but the other 2 are real close.
I've learned never to call it when you're not right
when
over
you're
top.
not right over top. Thanks, Brian, for the zoom in there. Our excellent camera operators, Steve and Brian, today.
Looks like the bottom left-hand corner rock is probably shot, to your point.
Yeah, I think so.
The other ones that they were looking at are close.
Yep.
And I think, so this end finally has completed Keltoff and Morozumi, and I think Keltoff might have got one, but there was a lot of rocks in play, so we'll update that when it goes on the scoreboard.
Good morning to you too, Dwayne. Hey, thanks for curling this weekend. Great job, you guys. I know you didn't get the results you wanted, but always great to have Dwayne and his team here at the Calgary Curling Club. We sure enjoy those guys.
Yeah, morning, Dwayne. We haven't played together for too long. We need to pull you out and have you spare for us one night again.
That's right. We need Dwayne in our Wednesday Premium League. That's what we need. And we got Dan from Philadelphia. That's awesome. Thanks, Dan, for joining us. And Mark, yeah, absolutely. It would be fun to go to a spiel. I've never spieled in the States. Amy, I think you've curled down there a few times, haven't you?
Well, I had the chance to play in Vegas at the Continental Cup back in 2017, I believe it was. And I also actually played in the Lupus Spiel fundraiser. It's awesome in Seattle.
Oh, cool.
But yeah, I didn't play a lot in the States, but a couple times here and there. Yeah.
How awesome was that Vegas event? That would have been a fun thing to be
It was
part
pretty
of.
fun.
Yeah,
and we won that one, Team North America.
Right.
So that was extra. I played in 2 Continental Cups and I won one, lost one. It's more fun to win always.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So just updating back on Morozumi and Keltoff. Morozumi looks like they stole one in the first end, and they're just headed to the second end now.
Oh, there we go. Lori, thanks for letting us know. So Andy and Scott Dunnam and Cody Closer are cousins. They all grew up in suburban Philly. And Lance is originally from Minnesota but now lives in Denver. Okay, so I did have that right. I remember I sat and had an original 16 beer with the guys after their final game last year. Great bunch of guys. Loved having them and really glad that they returned this year. So.
Definitely feel the Manitoba influence here on Team MacDonald with the old broom.
Yeah. Wonder how long that sat in the back of a car or trunk and.
No kidding.
Got used to brush the snow off the windshield a few times, I'm sure.
This one looks like a bit of a not great situation.
No, that's not where he wanted that rock.
It's not
Huh?
bad. It's not bad. It's shot, and depending
is.
on those the third who is third shot is an interesting question. Might be able to.
Could he get an inside flop off that?
They're just looking at it.
Yeah. I think that's his ideal, is come down inside, just flop in, just a hair on the inside of nose, flop in, get rid of shot rock, or the 1-2 rocks, and
Try to hit it hard enough that you get action off the back one.
Yep.
Yeah. This will be unfortunate for Team MacDonald if Dunnam gets 2 here, because they really dominated the end and just a few little mistakes. But
Yep. Yeah, just a couple half shots here and there, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's amazing how those half shots turn into full points for your opposition before you know it.
Mm-hmm.
Calling for the curl.
Oh, little knee down. Good recovery.
Yeah.
Nice.
Oh, wow. Nice
Yeah.
shot. Hit and roll there.
So then we'll see, I guess, for 1 or for 2.
2. Are they getting the stick out? Yeah, they're getting the stick out. Wow, I think this might be the first measure we've seen the entire Bonspiel. I don't know, guys. Brian, do you remember, have we seen any measuring sticks out?
They were going to measure once last night, and I guess the better guy with the best eyesight's
He kicked the rocks away and conceded the point. Yeah. So, yeah, no, this is the first measure we've seen all Bonspiel, so. Yes, very nice shot there. That's what you pay the skip the big bucks for, so. Over on sheet 3, looks like Maeda scored 2 in the second end. It's kind of standing in front of the scoreboard, but I think that's over the 2. So I think they blanked the first, scored a deuce. So it's Maeda 2-0 over Keene playing the third end.
And we got a last draw coming for Samson versus Jakes. He might, I think it's a shot for 2, but there's a lot of yellow rocks that could go flying in his favor.
Okay.
Oh, look at that. Dwayne's correcting you. They had a measure yesterday during
Oh,
the game.
they did. Okay, I missed that, Dwayne. Okay, and looks like it was a yellow scored 2.
Oof, Samson just made a pistol for 3. Maybe, I think 3.
Okay. We got a lot going on. We got measuring going on. Dwayne's correcting us in YouTube. Great shots on sheet 6. Although they haven't posted their score from the first end yet either, so we'll have to get on those guys.
That was a blank, though, so I think that's why they're ignoring it.
Okay.
It's not looking so fun for Keene over there against Maeda.
No, that's a lot of yellow rocks in play behind a bunch of guards.
Quite a few rocks yet to come, I suppose, but it's about halfway through that end, and I would prefer to be Maeda.
Yes. Our good friend Rob Johnson was playing, and he was playing Dunnam, and Dunnam was yellow, and the Johnson team had missed a couple, and I kind of overheard Rob on the microphone say, "It's a great day to be yellow." So Rob's just a great competitor and good guy, and keeps it all in perspective, even if it's not going well for him. So Thanks, Rob. Always fun to play against him, too. And Dwayne, thanks for the compliments on the ice and the staff for the event, and really appreciate you watching. So thanks, Dwayne. So Dunnam coming in, they did get their deuce, and they came in with their first shot of the third end. MacDonald going right to the corner guard now. The sweeping techniques of these kids is pretty amazing. They really work on that in their practice and the coaching. These guys are a little smaller than I am. I could loan them about 40 pounds. Actually, it wouldn't even be a loan; it'd be a permanent give. If they thought they needed more weight behind, I got some extra that I could hand over to them.
Although this Tardy guy who plays with Jakes, if anyone had been that big on my shots, I'm sure I would have made a few more.
Made a few more?
No offense to my former teammates. He's an absolute monster.
He's a big boy, yes. Yeah, exactly. I always thought if I could just change the weight distribution on me, I'd be more effective. But Chad Dahlside knows what he has on Wednesday nights with me, so just make him better.
Yeah, I was always limited in the amount of weight that I could possibly get on
Right.
there.
So MacDonald looking to wrap around here. Get buried, I think. Or was he going to just freeze on the corner?
I think he's trying to get around it, but seems to be the MO of that team that they
Yeah.
want to.
Yeah, he's not afraid to come around. Pretty nice. Maybe would like to bury another half rock, but pretty good overall. Dunnam does have, I think he can chase this though. Looks like he's indicating hack kind of weight. Apologies, the Dunnam microphone isn't working well, so we're not getting as much sound from the ice as we would like, but really sweeping for the curl there. Looks like they got a good piece of it.
Nah, nice shot.
Great shot. So MacDonald just wanting to clean things up here a little bit. The end's not quite shaping up the way he wants and doesn't have an opportunity to take advantage of that corner guard quite yet. That is a pretty high corner guard as well. Higher than I think what he'd like. It's pretty easy to follow that around if you were able to draw around it. So clean up the middle here first.
Nice.
Great shot. And managed to keep the shooter. It's a little bit out wide, but tighter to the house, so might come into play as a corner guard here.
So Samson got 4 last end against
Oh, wow.
Jakes.
That's what they did in their game last night as well, is scored a couple 4-enders and ended it quick. So the Samson team is on fire right now. Very nice. Always intended to roll the shooter away there, so.
Just biting the rings.
Yeah, that guard went a little bit probably further over to the boards than he would have preferred, so they don't
Right.
have a ton of room, but they can definitely put it in a tough spot here. So.
Yeah. Yeah, he doesn't want to come too deep with this. He'll keep this higher in the house for sure. But will want to be buried. Possibly even overbury it and just leave a peak on the outside. It is curling away really nice to the boards. We're getting curled both ways, but definitely from the center line out is curling a bit more. And I think the teams have picked up on that and taken advantage of it throughout the game. It's been great to see. So Dunnam just calling kind of just through kind of weight.
Just wants to top it. Out of the rings.
Yeah. You like to hear that on off as a sweeper. You know you're close. Perfect line. Great weight. Got it back far enough that there's no jam possibilities.
Yeah, it's just a nice try to freeze or a little tiny tap to try to draw them in.
Yep.
That's what he wants. We'll see. It's amazing how things turn around, and then Keen's looking good now.
Yep. And a perfect shot by the MacDonald team. Kept the angle on that. They did tap it a bit, but that's okay. And buried, shot rock. And there's some jam possibilities now too, so.
I think it's pretty makeable here for this.
Yeah, with the amount of curl and the height of that guard, he can still get around, and he should be able to get pretty close to nose and push it through if he wants.
Very calm call. Line's good.
Sweeping for the curl now.
Just a question of how much weight he's got to top it. Not quite enough.
No. Maybe an overcurled a bit on him there. Like he definitely rolled out a little bit there, and so didn't have to come quite so close to that guard. Would have been able to push it back a little bit further. But so advantage back to MacDonald. Sitting shot rock now. Yeah, he can go back to where he was, or he could freeze the other side. You know this shot, though. You just threw it, so.
Mm-hmm.
Problem with the freeze on the other side is it does have to be dead perfect. Our camera operator, Brian, and I were talking about his team likes him to make perfect freezes, and he kind of looks at him like, you guys know that's the hardest shot in curling, right?
What are
Like,
the odds, eh?
like, oh, let me just pull this perfect freeze out of my back pocket, right, Brian? So just a pound heavy there. If that's half a rock lighter, it would have been absolutely perfect, but.
It's fine. He threw this in the first one. The first one was like back 8.
Very similar throw. I was trying to throw it. I mean, it's hard to throw a foot less.
Well, you needed about 4 feet less. Did you tap? I had you 15 there. It was close.
Ron says the toughest shot in curling is duplicating the one he just threw. So, yes, Ron, I would agree. That's a tough one too. They're all tough. But with the help of Original 16, I get better up in the lounge. Sweeper's on it right away here.
Pretty impressive how almost flat his body is when he's sweeping
Right.
that rock.
Yeah, like that's just full body weight right over top. The core of his body right over top, the middle of his brush. So great technique there. Just a ton of power.
My husband Mike and I are doing a 8-week program here at the Carry Club for some friends of my daughters, and it's pretty cute how some of them came out 10 to 12-year-olds mostly and said like, wow, this is hard.
Yes, it's more exercise than people expect or realize. I do enjoy bringing people out who kind of chirp it a little bit how it's not exercise, not real exercise. Well, I can throw it for you if you want and get you to exercise.
My lord, is that a shot of alcohol? I have no idea.
I'm not sure. Yeah. Merlot's not tough for me. I like Merlot. That's little Cabernet Sauvignon. I tend to prefer the red blends, but great shot. Did leave a double back.
Just rolled a little further than he wanted to,
Yeah.
obviously, but it's not horrid.
No, no doubles easy. It's thinner than you think. What would you say, maybe about a third of a rock? Or could he get away with a half rock?
I think it's more like a third.
Yeah,
Feels more like a peel, you know?
right. The shot that I don't throw very often.
Each year I get worse at it.
Yeah. And usually the only time I have to throw is when I'm hitting my own out. The good old lead throw of shame. That's
Yeah, throw shame, yeah. All right, Keltoff just took one nice controlled shot, so it's tied up Keltoff and Marzumi after 2 ends.
They are not setting the world on fire for sure. We don't time these games, but we will publicly shame slow play. So maybe we'll give Keltoff and Morizumi a little bit of a poke here. Tell them to hurry up.
Well, they're apparently in no rush to start the next end either, because they're just hanging out.
Hanging out and having a chat.
It's like they think they're on TV or something.
I was going to say.
Oh, too thick.
A little too thick. Yeah.
That's going to hurt. Those
Yep.
ones, that's so close, but...
Yeah. So
And-
it brings the deuce back into play for MacDonald. He has to be a little bit careful here.
That's a pretty big gift, though.
Yeah.
It's pretty straight. There were.
That should be fully open for him. Just don't take it for granted. Hit the broom and throw the right weight.
Hard.
They're on the brooms right away.
Easy. Easy.
Just calling
Yep,
easy,
yep,
so nice clean.
yes.
Back on it now.
Hard. Hard to it.
It is curling, but I think he's okay. Yeah, great shot.
Yep.
Good sweep.
Ties it
Scores
back
his
up.
due, so one little half miss by Dunnam, and suddenly two's back in play, and
Normal. It didn't.
MacDonald executed and tied the game up. So we're tied at 2 after going into the third end here on our feature game between Dunnam and MacDonald.
And tied up as well in the Keene Maida game. So Keene got 2 in the third end, so they're tied up without coming into the fourth end.
Right. Over on sheet 6, Jakes and Sampson.
2.5.
That was a nice shot. Jake's just made a pretty big run back to be laying 1.
Yeah.
Yeah, 2.5.
And I was sitting here wondering why Kaltoff team has only 3 players. And then I looked down at who's supposed to be here, and it's the person who just won the silver medal at the Canadian Mixed with some of my old friends, Amber Holland and the Ackermans.
Oh.
So that's why he's not here.
Oh, there you go.
Good. Looks like it's done
That is
here.
awesome. I had the opportunity to
Keep
meet
going,
Amber
keep
at
going past the second
Curler's
dot.
Corner Autumn Gold a
more,
few years
one
ago.
more.
Very nice lady.
Good.
Just had a great engaging conversation with her.
I grew up trying to beat Amber Holland.
Yeah.
She was just a bit older than I am. Sorry, Amber.
But you got to have good competition to make you be a better player. So
Oh yeah, and she was always a very generous player, and you know, sometimes when you're that age, people are not always generous. She was
Right.
always very generous.
I'm not surprised by that.
This rock's looking a little warmer than they would have liked, but
Yeah. We had another one of your former teammates, Lainey Peters, is here coaching.
Just
Who's she coaching at? I'm forgetting off the top of my head right now. It's
what turn do you like?
I don't know. That's interesting.
Yeah, what
Yeah.
turn?
Lainey was here. I'll have to look that up again. But
Sure.
great to see her.
This thing's just dead tee. Room. Line's good. Room.
It's almost a mini replay
Line's
of
good.
the second end here. In the
Yeah,
fourth.
I was going to say, I think we've seen this setup once before.
No, Ryan, you got room of anything always. Line's fine. Go ahead. You can go.
Ah, and Anne Marie from the office just gave me an update that Lainey's coaching Team Whip from the UFC Dinos.
Shot.
That's who she's coaching. So thanks, Anne Marie.
I have a few former teammates coaching various
Yeah.
things and people. Shannon Kleibrink with
Right.
the Sates teams.
And I think she's still helping out with Team Skrillex on the ladies' side too, isn't she?
Sure is, yep.
Yeah, so Shannon's a busy lady and still manages to find time to show up and curl with you on Wednesday nights as well.
Yeah, it's kind of fun. This year we rounded out the old team, the Kleibrink team from kind of circa 2008 to 2012, and it's kind of fun to be back on the ice with Bronwyn, Chelsea, Matson,
Yeah,
and Shan. Yeah.
yeah, great to see Bronwyn and Chelsea back in the club for sure.
Times have changed though. Now it's a big battle to see who's not throwing last
Who's-
rocket.
I have noticed you guys change the lineup and there's a team discussion before every game. I'm like, okay, that's interesting.
What happens though every week is that I'm playing last rocks. I don't
Oh.
know if you notice. There's a fight for lead. There's a
Clean. Wall. Clean. Yep. Yes. Easy. Easy. Clean. Yep. 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 We gotta go. Right to it. Hard! Hard! Hard, hard, hard.
Just
Good
over
shot.
curled.
Just a
Still
hair,
good,
yeah.
but
Yeah. So Dunnam looking to put it right back on top there.
Yeah.
I realize the rules allow for it, but I have to admit the brush down and the full weight on it with minimal movement.
back and forth.
I'd like to see some back and forth movement. Is maybe I'm just old school, maybe I'm just a grouchy old guy, but
Our angles
I
are
was
good.
talking with Jim Lautner about it last night, saying it just feels wrong. I'd like to see a little bit of movement back and forth with those brush heads. But
Yes, when I was a young player, that was called snow plowing.
I was going to say that's the exact conversation that Jim and I had last night. We used to call that snow plowing, and it was you were publicly shamed for doing it. But it is within the rules, and teams are doing it, so you need to do whatever you can to win.
Where? Okay. Whoa. Whoa. Close. Lead. Whoa. 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 Curl. Curl. Gotta go. Really gotta go. Hard. Hard. Whoa. Whoa. Straight. Whoa. Whoa. That's good. That's good. Very good. Great shot.
Very good.
Angles are good.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really good now. You can hammer that, but.
So I think we're going to see some rocks fly here in a second, but I don't know where. Still trying to figure out where everything's going to land.
Well, they're going to take a look at it.
Yeah. Shot rock is it's gonna move off the pin for sure at some point. I'm just not sure where those red ones are gonna go. Well, I'll let these guys call it and we'll see what happens.
That's seven.
I'm thinking you're going to see about a 6 or 7 second peel coming down here.
There. Would have loved to.
Taking a look
get
at the
behind
run
that.
back on the
Getting that
guard
behind
as
the tee line
well.
was just gold. But I mean, it's still good for us here.
Okay, so he's got to hit this just a hair off nose.
I bet the best is if he makes contact.
We're
with
slacking
the-
here, and Jake's actually got 3 back, which is
Oh,
pretty
okay.
phenomenal. So 4-3 heading into the 4th end for Samson.
Great comeback for the Jakes team.
Oh,
Okay. Got a few rocks going there. And managed to keep his shot rock right in place. So MacDonald a little frustrated with that, but a great shot by Dunnam. That was just the best possible outcome he could have got out of that. Great shot. The Jakes team has a couple of players from our Wednesday night league. We got some great teams in that Wednesday night league here at the Calgary Curling Club. So Ryan Parent and Ethan. I'm forgetting Ethan's last name now off the top of my head.
okay. I like it. The angle might not be the best. But it's still okay. What you like?
Yeah, Ethan Drysdale. There. You only had it right.
Half stone.
Thanks, Ron. Drysdale. Ron's always good to keep me updated and on the straight and narrow. So, yeah, great to have Ryan and Ethan in our showing up on a regular basis here at the Calgary Curling Club. So maybe they know a little something that the Samson team doesn't know about Sheet 6.
There you go. Really gotta go, Cam. Right up, right up, right up, right up, right up. That's not
Great
good.
shot.
It's not good.
Not
he
good.
says.
There's a time to be positive and a time to be honest, and I guess
I would venture to guess that MacDonald's a little more on the honest side.
on the honest side, yeah, that one came across as honest for sure. His team was trying to be positive, and he's like, "Yeah, no, guys."
Well, and I'm not criticizing for anyone who's listening. Just I was probably a little more on the honest side too. So.
Well, and that's your team dynamic too, right? Like some teams feed off that. Some teams need positivity. There's no right or wrong in it.
Some skips are just special people.
Right? And sometimes as a lead, you just need to let the skip talk.
I think it's actually every other player needs to let the skip talk.
Need to let the skip talk every time.
Somebody that played third a lot, there was a lot of going back to the front end, and they'd have their say and back to the skip, and she'd have her say.
Yeah.
Team mediator.
On the center
Yep.
line here. Top 8.
So MacDonald's got a little bit of work to do here. He needs to jiggle some stuff around.
Where? Whoa! No!
I'm looking a little
Nothing for
warm,
line.
which
Yeah.
is
Right off.
Full on line and a little bit hot, I think. It's not through, but
Okay. No. Very good. Good
yeah,
shot.
Okay.
it's nice.
Good
That
job.
is perfect, actually.
yeah, great shot. So way to be patient there.
Just careful.
That
in
was a
spot.
full team shot there. Sometimes
there.
even those shots as a front end where you
Perfectly
just
efficient.
don't touch it helps make the shot just as much as pounding it, right? So knowing when to go and
That's a really
when
good
to,
knock for us now.
Yeah, that angle is just really, really good for
Yes.
MacDonald.
yeah.
Good thing for Dunnam is they have 3 more rocks, so they can still do their own redecorating.
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah, I think we're going to see another jiggle here. Because right now, both those, if red could be shooting right now, those yellows are both gone pretty easy. That doesn't take much to get rid of the 2
Sometimes
yellows.
you like it,
So he will need to rearrange things.
you don't always like hard 20s.
And this is the difference between this level of curling and your typical, club league, where the club league would be, I think, running up to just place a guard right now.
He makes this, I
And
think
you
we could
just
play something
can't.
soft in the hole.
You just can't put the guard in place. It's never going to protect it enough.
You're okay.
What?
You're okay.
Yes, I'm fine. If he lines this up poorly, it could go quite wrong for him in the near future.
Try and get this 5.
Well, if he doesn't get low. So now I have to carve.
So just seeing where this lands. Okay.
I don't know if we need to tie this. Is this not good?
It didn't move as much as I thought he was gonna. Thought he was gonna get a little better result out of that, but
Good guard. I think we're shot.
Yeah, the
Yeah, we're definitely
yellow
shot.
he just threw didn't end up in the best
No.
spot.
Like anything
No,
on this is no good for
it's
him.
not.
I think we do guard. We're shot. On my last, I can play something like this. But do we ever come here? Because if we're here, you can't ever.
I was just
you know what I
looking
mean?
at that other side, yeah, and
I mean, if I leave it here, it's
Yeah.
not very good. But
right.
forever here, it's gold.
I think it's the guard.
Yeah,
I think it's the guard, Jordan. Because even if you play this on your last and you go here, you only have this.
yeah. Just think if I ever lock it, it's two
If
steel.
you don't get there first, I think Dunnam's going there.
Yeah, guard.
No?
I don't know. He's
I mean,
gonna
if he runs it, it's.
say he's gonna
Yeah, I
try to
guess,
run it.
yeah.
Okay.
There's the spot. Hang on.
I mean, if he tries, if Dunnam tries to go there and doesn't
Show him
make
a
it,
piece
he
of this,
is
right? There's enough center.
not
Like,
in
you
good
wanna
shape.
almost-
Right. Yeah, that's
Like right here.
that's a lonely yellow sitting in the back of the back of the button.
Yeah, right there.
No, let's see. I'm gonna throw a guard tight to the
Okay.
house-ish.
Yep.
Yeah, shot. We can almost split center on this.
So just kind of giving the team the tolerance of
Yeah.
where they can place this.
It's just hard to get center.
MacDonald would love a steal this end.
Halfway.
He is sitting shot right now.
We're got room right now.
Line's looking pretty good here. I think they'd like still just a bit more curl. Yeah, right to the center line. That's pretty much exactly where he, yeah. Right where he had the broom, so
Good enough. Yeah,
tough for Dunnam here.
that's fine.
The important part of tickling that center line is this run back on the yellow guard now is if it's not taken away, it's really, really tough.
Definitely. Gone.
And I guess the problem with the draw to the side of the button is you can put it in a lot of bad places to leave a double on the yellows, and suddenly
Yeah, right now you're only
Yeah.
looking at one. And
Right.
if you get rid of the guards, could be better.
could yeah.
Are we ever just like hit?
Suddenly you're giving MacDonald a chance to lay three instead of just one. So
Are we?
I'm just gonna try to hit it yellow onto red back.
Really leave him much.
Leave him off of it, I guess. Maybe.
I don't think
punch it
so.
free up.
Yeah, like with soft. If he ever sticks the guard here.
He might be jacking it.
No, it's close.
okay, not the result he wanted.
Hey, can we ever come in the house here? Is that ever a call? Like, oh no, we can't get back in. Just guard.
I was like, you can't. You
Right.
cannot.
Bonking that.
I mean, that is fine,
I
yes.
don't think you can get.
If we throw guard, it's a force because he's running ours in.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. And this
Right? Yeah, yeah. I like the guard. I think that would be not very smart if he ran this in, so.
It's,
no difference in bonking.
I think the guard.
again, some more honest commentary from MacDonald. Yeah, I think the best play right now is the guard for MacDonald.
Is it?
I don't see any kind of angle. I'm just trying to see if there's anything off the yellow guard that's up there right now. Slash it in, but
It's just danger
nothing.
zone.
Yeah, nothing good comes from that. There's just you're trying to look at what rocks are available to you, and that I don't see it doing much for Dunnam, anyways.
Looks like Keltoff stole. I don't know how many because not on the scoreboard yet, but
It's looking pretty good. Just walking it in. I think he would like it to curl to get to that center line. Definitely want to touch the center line.
It's looking good, I think.
Yeah.
Maybe a bit tighter than you would have wanted, but I don't think it, to
Good,
his
good.
point earlier, it's not a pretty thing to run in a red rock.
Right. And I don't know that
Gotta
Dunnam
throw
can
really
ever
hard.
come in with the draw and chisel that. You're never, I don't think you're touching shot rock.
I know, yeah, he's got to throw really hard. He's got to throw it like really hard and hit 3/4. I think it may be just there. He doesn't have to move it far, right?
Almost around the horn kind of
Right,
idea.
right.
This, like, you can't hit half. You got to hit like almost 7/8 with like a bomb.
He was looking at
Well, I can't throw it that hard, so. Well, at least not with any kind of accuracy.
Maybe with a chopper, but it's probably there. It's probably there with a chopper.
Probably there with the chopper. What's he referring to on the chopper? I'm not sure.
Hard.
Hard, just okay.
And maybe with
A
a ton of rotation to get the action upwards. Like
Right.
that's what they're looking at is
Right.
can you punch, hit the yellow one in the 8-foot white ring and smash over and punch your own up
Right.
kind of thing.
Oh,
I mean, the good news about that shot is that it's
I guess you
it's
can.
low risk.
Yeah, there's no danger.
Oh, well, Kaltov stole 2.
No, it's
So
okay.
they're up 3-1 going into the 4th end.
And, okay. So they're trying to catch up timing-wise, but definitely still behind the other sheets.
I don't know, they were standing at the hog line looking like the smoking door when I was in grade 9.
I forgot about the smoking door. It's been a long time since I've been in a building that had the smoking door. I'm old enough that we had a smoking room in my school.
Oh, yeah. Well, if I ever get lung cancer, I'm going to blame curling for that
Blame
because of
curling.
the amount of curling rinks that I was in as a kiddo.
Right. I still remember the ashtrays and the benches.
Oh, here? I remember them
yeah,
here.
yeah, we had them here.
And I did not grow up here, so that tells you.
Right.
I think my husband has a good story of a certain Mickey Pendergast maybe having a moment, not being too happy and slamming.
Slamming.
And ashes going everywhere. And I say that with affection because I think if you know Mickey Pendergast, you know he's a good human. So.
Absolutely. Yes.
On the other end, man.
It's a great attempt by Dunnam there.
Dude.
Just rubbed and rolled a bit. I don't know if he'd have ever
Dude,
gotten
have a
shot,
look at
but
this guy.
it
He's
was
just
made a good
really-
attempt at it. He played the soft shot,
Yeah.
didn't throw the chopper as they referred to it. So
Just throw up the guard again.
Great
and
shot.
Try and get a
yes,
first.
Mickey's here coaching as well. He coaches. Who's he coaching? He is coaching team. Let me get this right here. Team Adams, right? Because Team Adams picked up Jeremy Hardy after the Sluchinski team broke up when Kevin Cooey picked up Aaron. So Mickey came over and is helping out with the Cole Adams team now with Jeremy Hardy. So they did not make the playoffs, but had a few good games. So yeah, Mickey, another great friend of curling and great guy. Had the opportunity to play Mickey many times in my career, and it always gives you a good game for sure.
Yeah, and it's always, I always have a lot of respect for people who come back to the game and volunteer. But he, not only has he been coaching, he's also been on the Curling Alberta board.
Yes, right. And he's got a fun book out. I don't know. Have you checked out his book?
No, I
No.
haven't heard that.
Yeah, he's got a book called What's Your Call? I think that's what it's called. And they have different kind of scenarios and QR codes, and they've picked games and shots from all kinds of WCT, World Curling Tour, Worlds, Briars, Scotties. They set up the scenario and they ask you what would the average club curler do and what would the pros do. So kind of a fun thing.
That is fun.
Yeah. So check it out if you get a chance. All right, so MacDonald stealing a point in the fourth end here. Playing end 5. And with the steal, he puts the guard up. Dunnam's coming in the house. I wondered if Dunnam would go to a corner guard on this end, just being down now, but no, going in. That rock might be a hair deeper than they wanted it. He is just on the tee line, but I think he would have liked that a full rock higher.
I agree. Even 2 rocks higher is probably
Yeah,
better.
right. Just really shrinks that scoring area, and
Yeah, it lets the MacDonald team come right on top of you,
right.
and that's what shrinks it for to your point. Yeah.
Got to bend a mile.
This one a little wide. It is coming in though. Great sweeping.
Good.
Perfect weight, and so Dunnam just going to come. Yeah, just going to come sit on the inside nose of that. Jim Lautner and I were talking last night about that lead stone coming in, and if you just slip behind that tee line, how it just crushes your soul as a lead when you just slip behind the tee line. And Jim reminded me that it crushes the soul of the skip even more.
It's a true story.
The one place I didn't want you to be, throw it through if you have to. Don't slip just behind.
Well, that's the first time I've seen a little hint of the height emotion.
Okay.
Just a little broom slam on the
Little,
bench.
little beaver tail flap out there. Good thing we got 2x6s for benches out here
Oh,
at the Calgary
very-
Curling Club.
Grabbed it again. I don't know if you saw that.
Nope, missed that.
He's being very careful not to do any damage to the ice. I got to give
Yeah,
that to him.
that's good job. Well, if you got to pick something, pick the bench over the ice, right?
Yeah.
There's been a few guys over the years who've expressed some emotions inappropriately, so.
And non-guys as well.
And there's probably been some ladies that have done it too. Yeah. I'm sure there is.
Although I'd say some of the more epic stories are definitely men.
Yeah, probably the men probably have a few more colorful stories, we'll say. So just slight tap on that last rock there. Teams are still just looking to just jiggle things around a bit.
Yeah, when you sit back and think about this game, it's been pretty high level. The misses have been mostly just a little heavy, a little wide, a little, everything's close.
Yeah, you wouldn't even call it a half shot miss. It's
Yeah.
just that little rub and roll, or the line isn't quite what you needed, and you give the opposition the out.
I thought this is interesting. Dunnam's team is throwing an out-turn draw here, and I think it's the lead from MacDonald's team. Almost followed it all the way down, just kind of watching to see the weight.
Yep. Well, we're going to see some rocks move here in a moment, I think. They're just lining up.
So Jakes and Sampson are into their 5th end. Sampson is up 2. He did score 1 last
Scored a
time.
single in the 4th. Okay.
And oh my gosh. I'm just thinking Maida scored 3 in the 4th end, so they're up
Okay.
5-2 against Keene.
We broadcast one of the Maida games, and they were pretty precise on every shot. They're very methodical, very precise. And that's where that consistency comes in. You watch all these teams now, and everybody, your routine's the same, your throw's the same. It's not the wounded buffaloes coming out of the hack that the Dullside team is on Wednesday nights. With
The wounded buffaloes, is that because it's in
That's-
Manitoba?
No,
No?
just we're kind of big, we're kind of bulky,
Okay.
and the best description I could come up for our team is a bunch of wounded buffaloes coming out of the hack. We're not graceful.
Suck it.
So no, we don't have a Manitoba connection, but Buffalo there's a big connection to curling, so it sounds good anyways. But a great group of guys. We've curled together for 20 years, that team. So a lot of fun.
This is quite a lineup of rocks on this
Yeah, I thought we were going to see, I thought they'd start to move things one rock earlier, but teams are being very patient right now. I'm just trying to see, can they get some reds moving without disturbing too much yellow? And I think
I don't think they want to do that yet. They're in good position.
they're in a pretty good spot, yeah. So yellow's 1 and 3 right now. You don't want to put anything on the, as we're looking at the screen, that right side that's open. You don't want to really, you don't want to give your opposition anything out there. I think I heard just a hair high.
Hack weight? I'm not exactly sure what they're after.
Yeah.
Here.
I think he just needs to get, he just wants a slight realignment here is what he's going for, so. Okay, well that's not a hack weight broom.
Could be actually.
Yeah?
Could be.
Okay,
On the top one.
okay.
Top one makes the most sense to me.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, looking about a hack waiter. Going hard to keep it straight now. It's by the guard. Okay.
Not bad. Not bad at all.
Yeah, that's pretty good. MacDonald can't do anything with shot rock at the moment. So MacDonald's going to need to jiggle things around as well. This is a test of patience for sure. Camera operator Steve likes the nose hit. Is that what you like, Steve? You like the nose hit? It would.
The nose on, yeah.
On the red. Okay. Didn't overthrow this one. So definitely sweeping for the curl.
It's pretty wide.
Yeah, that's a miss. That's not what they called.
And this is trouble a little bit now here.
Yeah,
If you're MacDonald, it is anyway.
yeah. He's not happy at the moment. Yeah, if you just, what happens if you just draw right into that,
A little pile of reds.
right into that pile of reds?
There's a lot of angles to be watching out for here.
Yeah. No, Steve doesn't like the guard. I don't like the guard either. I think you're coming in. I think I like sitting right there. Yeah. I mean, if you're a bit heavy and you tap the reds and jiggle them around, it's not the end of the world. I think you need to get into that pocket. All right, Steve likes it. Well, if Steve Thomas agrees with Rob Lane, something's got to be right, because
It's not an easy shot though, because
No.
that top red one, like from this angle, it looks like there's a ton of room, but I
Right.
don't think there's nearly as much.
not as much
from that
on the
angle.
actual. Yeah. You look at this, right, and it's
Got to be
it's
right
like,
there.
oh, okay.
Yeah.
I might need to put one of my special handles on to get it in there. I've been known to throw a certain handle against Terry Meek and drive him wild every once in a while. He just shakes his head and wonders how I ever make a shot, but
Unfortunately for Terry, it's the only game we've won this year.
oh,
He's also not pleased with that.
geez. Well,
No, that's pretty
I
good.
think they did pretty much what they called. I'll show them my special handle, Adam. I'll go and offer some coaching advice to these guys. I'm sure they'll take it.
All right, Murazumi's coming down here with the last rock in 4, and he's facing 2 Keltoff stones.
Just by the guard, very nice, and
Scores a 1.
scores a single. Didn't need to make the double anyways, just hit and get your little roll and score your single. So yes, Morizumi. So it's 3-2 for Kaltoff after 4 ends on sheet 7. These guys are almost a full end behind. I'm sure they'll pick up the pace right away.
You have all sorts of faith.
I have lots of faith.
That was a beautiful shot by Parent
Yes.
on Team Jake's.
Yeah.
Really nice.
Over on sheet 6, suddenly Team Parent is, let me get that right now.
Oh no, that was not.
That was
sorry.
not,
I was
no.
looking at that. It looked beautiful, but it was the wrong colors.
That's the wrong colors.
Unfortunately, I didn't mean to call you up, man. So Samson's laying 3, maybe 4. I think it's 3.
Yeah, I think you're right. All right, back on our feature sheet. The Dunnam team trying to look at their angles. Thanks, guys. Their players were standing, they were making a better door in the window for us. So we'll go to the other camera and see what we can line up here. So yellow's laying 2 at the moment. The danger rocks are the 12-foot and 4-foot reds for them right now. I don't know that I like a tight guard. That doesn't seem to make a lot of sense to me, but I guess if you tucked it touching a piece of the center line, it's okay, but and if MacDonald ever tried to run the top yellow that's in the 12-foot, try to run that in, you run it into the red that's sitting on the top of the 4-foot. It's going to come off the yellow. Where does that go? No, that doesn't get you anything
No.
good. You just
Dunnam's just got to be careful
tap that
here.
in there.
Yeah.
You wanna, yeah. You don't wanna. You really like it. Do you just throw it away?
Well, I don't love, if I'm Dunnam, I don't love that top red rock.
Right. That's the danger rock. But I don't know where you push it to.
I think you can guard it.
Yeah. Yeah, I think you want to tuck a piece underneath the red guard. You want to tickle the center line. And because that's the danger rock right now. So they got the broom on the edge of 8, and they're looking to touch the center line with the guards. So it's about 4 feet of curl, which is kind of what we've seen all weekend here. So that's great to see that the ice conditions are staying consistent. I should probably get a time for you guys here. I brought my stopwatch, so maybe we'll time a draw. Okay. He's got the guard a little higher than what he called, I think, but I think it's in the line, and that's a really long run back right now. So generally achieved the objective. MacDonald's looking at the other side. I just don't know what MacDonald can get off this side. I don't like the angles for him.
Yeah, he could run the red back. Run the center line red back.
Run the center line red back. That might be his only way to get on to, because he needs to get on to the red that's on the top of the 12 foot, onto the red that's on the top of the 4 foot.
High reward for that.
Yes.
I definitely want to hit that red one, so.
Yeah. I think the only way at it is the center line red guard right now.
Well, either one. You can actually, you could play either one. I mean, it's a high yellow guard, but you can
Right.
play either one.
Right. It just feels wrong to run the opposition stones in.
It might be a bit more natural, actually, in terms of kind
Right.
of a straight back.
Yeah.
Run the red.
Steve saying run the red.
Rob Johnson special.
Can tell where you're from when you call it the Rob Johnson special instead of, like the Jason Gunlickson something or whatever.
Right.
I don't even know if Gunner's even playing anymore. But
I haven't seen or heard of his name on any of the teams on the Grand Slam this year, so perhaps not. There's a few guys out there that waiting to see if there's a little bit more movement going to happen on the Slam Tour.
yeah, the year before the trials is always an interesting one.
Right.
Now it's getting too late, though. You've got to
Well,
move.
you're kind of committed now, and you go with it, and bringing somebody in this late's pretty tough at that level, yes.
Doable, but you'd have to have a season under you, I think.
Yeah. I mean, they're all great players, but just learning those little nuances, all the little tendencies, that's the difference, right, at that level. All right, so they have elected to play the yellow run back. It is a little bit higher, but it is a more natural straight run back. So, Steve, they did not listen to you.
I just like to note that they listen to me.
And they chose to listen to Amy.
I mean, the other thing about this is if you double peel them, it's not bad for you.
Right.
Which is the point, I
Yeah.
think. Right.
Calling big for the curl. Oh. Okay. Not going to like that result at all, I don't think.
That was just close,
That was-
unfortunate.
Yeah. That's that just close and worst possible outcome on everything. All right. We'll see what the Dunnam team... I think the Dunnam team's got to replace the guard. don't think they're wasting a lot of time making that call. Just get it a hair over the center line and leave it as high as you can. I know the feeling, Dan. Dan Pearson says this. He's hoping that Scott Dunnam gets exhausted out of this because he's got to play him at the club tomorrow. So I'm playing against one of the teams that competed in this tonight at 6:45. So yeah, the O'Connor team from the Calgary club. I'm playing them tonight in our Monday night game. So, one of the great things about this game is you got guys who competed at a level like this, and you can still play them in your Monday night league game at the same time. So great to hear and great to see that the Dunnam team's doing that too. I think it's important to support your leagues and your clubs by participating in those events as well. All right, so Dunnam needs to put the guard up here, and hopefully he picks the big rock. Are you allowed to pick a different size rock, Brian? Can you find a big rock and put it out there?
Some sure seem bigger than others.
Yeah. I guess it depends on your perspective, right? Some rocks seem a lot bigger than others, but. Okay, there's an over curl there for sure. That's, well, yeah, might have just stayed just enough, but MacDonald can double run this back. Okay, so Dunnam called the guard. I think he over curled a hair. Not bad. MacDonald can red onto yellow, onto red, onto red, onto yellow, onto yellow. Nothing like a 5-rock run back just for fun. Why wouldn't you do that? I do that regularly on Monday nights. Oh. Sorry, Amy. Bring your mic back on. Apologies. Forgot about that.
Stepped away for a second. Samson's just piling red rocks in the house every end. Poor Jakes.
Jakes is looking at a pile. Does he got hammer here at least?
Yes, he does.
Jakes has hammer, but that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 red rocks in the house with one lonely yellow at the back. So Ryan's got a bit of work to do here. All right, well, looks like...
We'll see what we'll see.
Yeah, with that bit of over curl on the Dunnam guard, MacDonald's got... Looks like he's got just enough, or he thinks he's got enough to get to this, what we'd call the danger rock the whole time. Maybe a little bit of heat behind this for sure.
Hard! 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 Hard!
By the guard.
Hard! Hard! Come on.
And he moves some granite, but yellow's still sitting 2 at the moment. Yeah, yellow's sitting 2.
It's not the easiest to get 3 because of the way the guards are sitting. He almost needs to rub off of something.
Yeah.
I mean, it looks like, oh, you can easily put it in the forefoot there, but you got to get past everything.
Yeah. I mean, it looks like a nice little funnel, but there's a lot of stuff in the way. And sorry, folks, we've never figured out how to use the instant replay here at the Calgary Curling Club. So, despite having the title there, I don't have an instant replay function. I'll have to spend some more hours figuring that out, but maybe one day we'll be able to bring you an instant replay. So he is just going to play the draw here, it looks like. Not going to be an easy one. I don't think there's too much danger of ever tapping red for any kind of second shot or shot, so might as well go for it. If you didn't think it was there and there was danger, you'd just throw this rock away and take your deuce and be happy with that. But if there's no danger, you might as well try the draw for 3. I don't think there's much danger here. Let's see how you can.
I suspect he's throwing some extra weight too,
Right.
not massive, but enough to make sure it's all there and you can jiggle off of things.
Yeah, if you have to. And just off the card, so a little wide, but that's okay. I think he's pretty happy with his deuce. So 2 for the Dunnam team in the 5th end to go up 4-3. Great to see. All right. I don't know if we have any other updates, but fun little story I'll tell you. We were just here. There was a group of folks sitting downstairs talking with our general manager, and the Kenyan curling team that recently participated in the Tier 2 Pan-Continental event was in at the Calgary Curling Club looking to book some ice with us. So sounds like they didn't win. Actually, they didn't complete any games apparently at the Pan-Continental. And they're looking to improve their skill sets, so they're in having some chats with us to book some ice. So kind of neat to see. Kenyan curling team, never thought I'd see that in my lifetime, but would love to welcome them to the sport and help them in their journey. And MacDonald calling the, did he call the guard or coming in? I think he's going in.
I was taken up by the Keene
Made a game.
Maida game. So Maida has a last rock here in the 6th end, and it's a pretty open shot for 1. And then if he makes that, he's up 3.
Okay, so MacDonald throwing the, Dunnam throwing up the guard. MacDonald calling the corner guard, did he?
I think so, but they're kind of all giving it the look like it's going to be in.
Yeah, this one's.
Which is deadly after giving up 2. That's
yeah. Not going to like that. So Dunnam wasting no time and calling for the hit. Oh, and Benjo, thanks for passing on the nice comments about Team Kenya. And yes, Team Philippines. So Team Kenya and Team Philippines. It is great to see the sport being introduced to some, I guess I'll call them non-traditional countries. Would love to have all those different groups down here at the Calgary Curling Club, or any curling club would, I'm sure, welcome you in. So if you ever have a chance and want to stop in at a curling club, please do. We're a pretty welcoming bunch, I'd say. All right, so MacDonald going to the other side this time. Definitely wants the corner guard for sure this time. He's going to need to get some rocks up front. Dunnam would be pretty happy to run things up and down here if he gets the chance. So nice reset there for the MacDonald team and coming back with a good guard. Dunnam wasting no time and coming into the house behind his own center guard.
Yeah, they're a quick bunch of teams. Dunnam and MacDonald, they're playing nice and fast.
Yeah.
Briskly.
Kind of glad we're commentating this game and not the Kaltoff Morizumi game. But they've had a lot of rocks in play.
Definitely.
Tight score. Looks like it's 2-1 for Morizumi in the fifth end.
No,
Or is
Kaltoff
there-
has one behind them there. The Morizumi team is covering the scoreboard.
Right. Sorry. Thank you.
Yeah.
You can just kind of see it sort of behind his arm, but these guys make a better door in the window some days.
Mhm. Well, MacDonald's team is trying to come around here. Their MO has been to go around it, but I think they're coming to this one.
To this one, yeah. By the guard, just by the
squeaked.
guard.
Yeah.
Hair shorter than he wanted, so
Might even have rubbed a little bit as it went
might
past, I
have,
don't
yeah,
know.
might have caught the back end of that rock as it was going by and straightened it out. Yeah, Dunnam going to peel the corner guard. That's the danger rock right now for Dunnam, so make it go away.
Easily get some action to punch his own yellow back as well.
Right.
Here. Oof, that was not the
A little
plan.
bit of a mistake there,
Mhm.
yeah. I mean, at least it is your own rock, but he was definitely looking to lose the shooter out of that for sure. So MacDonald looking to play the in-off here. And even that hit that was in the house, yeah, now you've, by leaving your shooter in the rings there, MacDonald can possibly use it, so.
It's pretty rare you can miss your corner guard and then it can come into play in a good way.
Right.
So, we'll see. This is a big shot.
As a lead, you kind of breathe a sigh of relief and hope the skip has a short memory. Hit, roll, great shot. Nice double there. Turn this end right around. I'm assuming we're going to see.
Yeah, the good thing for MacDonald is those are pretty tight yellow rocks, so
Right, yeah.
fairly makeable things off of those.
Yeah, and
They're gonna play a
and they're
run
wide.
back.
They're open. They're not overlapped. So that's the other thing. He's got the simpler of the run backs. No run back is easy, but
Chance for redemption for the team.
yeah. So just some kind of 3/4 shots made by both teams here. Not quite getting them exactly where they want.
Oof, that's
Ooh.
not.
Again, a miss there too. Wow. Okay, Dunnam making this a little more interesting than maybe they want.
And just like extra bad luck that the yellow rolls right in front of the red.
Right in front of the red, yes. I think MacDonald needs to create some separation here, so he's going to look to, he's calling the tap and roll. Always daunting when you get called to tap your own rock to the back of the house. You don't want to tap it right out. It's only a couple feet difference, and you don't need to. Us 5 will beat you 3 any day, right? I've heard that out on the ice a few times too. I'll let you know which team I'm playing for when the game's done. Whoever won, that's the team I was playing for.
Looks a little bit like Samson's team is kind of hitting the cruise control.
Okay.
They're up 6-3 in the sixth end, and it looks like everything's kind of working out for them.
Yeah.
That was a decent shot, definitely. Double's not there. Split them both onto the tee line. It's about as good as you could have hoped, I think.
Yeah. Freeze. Wow. Okay. Or you could run the yellow back, and there's a run back double.
Yeah, but you leave them the other side if you do it, even if you make it.
Just you're all in if you're playing the freeze on the other side. 4? No. What's 4? Sorry.
4 minutes to 11.
Oh, 4 minutes. Thank you. Okay. Yeah, I've got my alarm set for 10:58. So. But yes, thank you for letting me know. Just a bit wide there. Didn't get any of the reds going by. Really would have liked to hit a red one. So MacDonald looking to draw in, take away any kind of freeze opportunity from Dunnam.
Keane stole one in the sixth end, so they're only down 1 and 7.
Okay.
And it looks like Morozumi stole in 5, but I just don't know how many.
Okay. As we're approaching 11 o'clock, just want to again say thank you to all the veterans and service members currently serving our country on this Memorial Day. So coming in by the guard. Doesn't want to be. Is he short of the rings?
Yeah,
Saw
I
a little
believe
broom
so.
smash there, so I think that's just short of the rings. So bit of a mistake from the MacDonald team there. They definitely wanted to be in the house. Looks like Dunnam's lining up the double here.
Yeah, if he makes it, that red rock they just threw is going to be a hindrance rather than a help.
Yeah. So he may want to get this shot off fairly quick because we are going to pause the games for a minute of silence at 11 o'clock here. So I think this will be. Great shot, hit and roll. No, not quite as good as he would have liked the double better, but all right, we're going to prepare to pause our stream here for 11 o'clock. Just remember all those who've fought and served for our country, and
You can see members of the Kaltov team have taken their hats off, and they're gesturing to others to do the same.
transition over to All right, thank you as we observe that minute of silence for all of our veterans.
It kind of warmed me to see. I think it was Josh Hyde who first took off his hat, and then everyone else in order took it off.
Yep.
In today's world, I don't think we always take a moment to respect things. That was something that was important. I appreciate that.
Absolutely. We're pretty lucky here at the Calgary Curling Club. We're on what's called Memorial Drive in Calgary, and right beside us there's a display of crosses of all those all the soldiers who've fallen in previous wars, just next to our curling club. So, pretty special thing to see and be a part of. So I think the Dunnam team is second shot at the moment.
Just trying to draw it away too.
Yeah. And then not leave a triple.
Yeah, it just looks a little on the warm side.
Yeah. They're trying to get this to curl, but well, I don't think there's a triple, but there's a double, a couple different ways.
Anyone old enough to remember the Ford Hot Shots at the Scotties and Briar? That's pretty much where they were.
Is that
For the double.
is that the
Close.
do they do? I don't think they do the Ford Hot Shots anymore. I
No.
think that sponsorship ended, unfortunately. That was
Yeah.
always a fun thing to watch. Did you ever win the car, Amy?
Oh gosh, no.
No. Oh.
No. I don't know, it was a thing. I needed to have enough time on a sheet of ice, and I also kind of had other things I was
Right.
focused on.
That's
Although one time, my first Scotties in 2004 in Red Deer, our lead went all the way through and won, I think, third, like a TV or something.
oh wow.
And as a sweeper, I was like, can you stop? Like, this is right before a game. Like, I
Right.
don't need any more sweeping. My 5'1" frame was
Right.
exhausted.
Big shot here coming from the Dunnam team.
Not quite. It's still pretty good.
That's pretty good, yeah. Touch that third red one. So definitely he's shot at the moment.
Draw for one is the signal.
Yep. Doesn't look like there's, well, they're trying to see if there's a way to get to it to score two. We just heard, I think we must have had a flyover from the military over the curling club. We just had you wouldn't hear it on the webcast here, but we just had a rumble go across the top of the roof here, so pretty sure we got some planes flying overhead.
Samson and Jakes have just shaken hands.
Shaking hands, so that's a win for Samson. So a good run for the Jakes team. I'm going to call them out of the Calgary Curling Club. They're at least half the guys curl here anyways, so always nice to see a local team make the playoffs. MacDonald's really trying to eye up this. He'd really like two out of this, but definitely the
Risk versus reward.
right. The easier shot is definitely the draw for one, tie the game up.
If they get two, though, they're in real good shape. That's the
Yeah.
heading into 7.
Yeah.
Risk versus reward. Yeah.
I I mean, there's definitely a piece. Well, actually, I don't know how much is going to show.
Can they
Not
play
a
the red
lot.
onto yellow is what I'm...
Right.
No, draw for one.
Yeah. Patience and common sense sometimes.
Yeah, and
Wins
playing your
out.
odds too. I mean,
Right.
those aren't easy shots. So
No, they're not. And
if you give up one, you are in not good
that's a
stead.
big point swing, isn't it? That's a 3-point swing in the end for the win. So, no, I think all you need to do is hit full 8 foot here. So, score your single in 6. You're tied up. I'm assuming they'll try and or force in 7, and then coming home 1 down with the hammer. Or, like steal 3 in 7 or something like that. That's kind of. And no problem there. Team just following it in, but just back 4 foot. And a chance to go to school there too, right? Like this may come down to a draw to the button in the 8th end, and you might think back to what you threw in the 6th end. So
That's true.
So just an opportunity to keep your weight right where you think you need it. And teams will have a quick little conference here and make sure that they know they're all on the same page for the 7th end. We got a tight game here, tied up at 4 after 6 ends on our feature sheet.
Maida's into the 8th end now, and they are up 2 against Keene without hammer. So that one will be the next game to end.
Yeah. And the Slowpokes over on sheet 7 are still playing the 6th end. They're into 3rd stones, it looks like. Playing 6. Tied up.
Oof. And I said oof because Marazumi barely. They made it past the guard. Just barely.
Just got by. Okay. All right. MacDonald calling the surprising center guard. This is... haven't seen this one before, folks.
Mm-hmm.
And no mistake that time. Not
accidentally in.
Not accidentally in. So Dunnam now definitely wants to keep this in the top 4 foot. Doesn't want to come into the button here. Want to keep this just a hair higher than they have been. So see if they can make the adjustment.
If there's one thing that this team has done a little bit too much of, it's coming behind the tee line.
Okay, perfect. All good.
So what? Because I can get out and he can't get out.
So, right here, seat right down. Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, awesome. No worries. Thanks, guys.
So yeah, Dunnam's team wouldn't be happy with that back 4
No,
foot.
that's back 4. That's exactly where they don't want it.
MacDonald's team for the double guard.
So
Want to be touching the center line. That's why they're
that's why they're sweeping that.
sort of against conventional wisdom to get them tighter to the guards tighter to each other, but get it on that.
That center line's
Center
more
line.
important. Yeah. You'd really like having your cake and eating it too. Is the line and the separation, but get it to that center line. No tick rule for sure. So Dunnam needed to make an adjustment. Need to stay on top of the 4 foot. This is looking a little hot too. He's-
I got 14-7 on that
okay,
one.
well that's heavy. We've been closer to the 15s. Oof, ouch.
That is a
So
definite That lead is definitely going to buy something
Yep.
if they lose this game.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's MacDonald has a real opportunity to cap this right now. So I have to assume that we're going to see some cleanup starting to happen. Dunnam bailing on this end pretty quick here. Coming in real nice. They're going to get it there. So great shot.
Little higher than maybe they wanted, but
Yeah, an opportunity for Dunnam. I thought Dunnam would be up peeling these guards pretty quick, but he's not calling that. Okay.
I was
There.
going to say logic has won out.
I was going to say, yeah, I'm like, okay. It's a
This is starting to be. Dunnam's team hasn't made a shot yet.
no.
That's three misses.
3, yeah, outright misses in a row for sure. I mean, it cleared things off the button, but I really don't like those rocks up front. At least got rid of the backing, I will say.
Oh, for sure. It's better than it was, but it's still not nearly what you wanted to do.
You can tell I'm more on the positive than the honest side. I always try and find something positive to say. That's what works for me, but well, very nice shot. I think you just gotta take your lumps and keep running these and try and clear as much as you can.
Yeah, it's definitely not out of their reach here to make a couple good ones, and
Yeah, make these run backs and lose your shooter, and you should be cleaned up again. So.
oof.
Oh, again, just not going the Dunnam team way this end.
Yeah, and that wasn't necessarily a bad throw or anything. That
No.
was
2.5, 3.
So Dunnam still got some work to do to clean this up. It's a little messier than he would really like it to be. MacDonald's pretty happy at this point. Definitely wants a tight 3 guard here. Looks like they've tightened the ice up a little bit. We might be losing a little bit of curl here. That's interesting where he's got the broom right now.
Okay, line's tight. Okay,
He's getting a bit of an over curl here.
fine.
mission accomplished, though.
Yeah, no, within the realm of mistake, so that's okay. So Dunnam choosing to chase this rather than the run back peel. I think I'd still be going for the peels, although I realize it hasn't worked out for him so far. So maybe if that shot's not working for you, go to a different one. got a piece of it, but definitely did not move it as far as he would have liked.
I think we want to
Yeah, if MacDonald can get this in a nice spot here,
be just
Dunnam's going to be having a tough shot even for a single.
I appreciate that I'm not necessarily hearing them, but I am kind of impressed that Dunnam's team seems calm
Yep.
about it.
Yeah.
Or at least, inwardly managed.
Yes. Yeah, we're not seeing the frustration or broom smashes out there. I don't know them well, but the little bit I did get to talk to them even last year, they're a pretty calm bunch of guys. So they've been in tight games all Bonspiel though. O'Connor took them to a last rock shot, and I forget who the other game I'm thinking of. They came down. They had to come from behind and went right to the last rock. So
no deeper than this, guys.
great to see keeping composure and no panic. So MacDonald makes a great shot there. That's exactly where he tapped the broom. So very nice shot from the MacDonald team.
Fifteen, 4. It's sliding more here now. It's weird. I don't know, maybe this is that wider
So-
spot, but
Yeah, I don't know.
Looking like about is this a control weight,
Yeah.
Amy? Board control?
I think he's
but
throwing
like-
less than that, like
Is
into
that
it,
just
like into the
it,
pile.
Just into the pile?
I was scared too because I kind of caught my finger.
He's definitely not thrown like top 12,
No.
but I don't think it was big.
Okay. Guess I was thinking hit the whole way, but this is
I think you're. I mean, yeah, like hack.
that's okay. You
Not-
did get things pushed back, I guess. More. I don't
Yeah, I'm not sure that that's
We
what
can't
they were
leave him-
after.
know.
I mean, the good news for Dunnam's team is, if there is any good news, is that those back red ones, there's lots of things to come off of yet.
Right.
So I have that, but
Yeah, no, that's
touch deep.
Yeah, whether it's okay. Yeah, if you're MacDonald, you just kind of that top four. Full four is the deepest you want to come.
I think you do have to come into that 4 foot though,
You do.
because if you leave open the back one,
Right, you can come off it and roll in, and
mhm.
yeah. But you get into this full four, you've really got that scoring area choked off, and you're not running anything in with that yellow on the outside. It's because it's side by side with the red rock that's full 4 foot, top 4 foot right now. So Dunnam in a bit of trouble here
For the moment.
for the moment.
MacDonald has to make one though.
Yeah, but there's only 2 rocks to come, and you gotta create some space for yourself here.
Well, there's 4.
There's
2 for each team.
2 for each team. That is true. I just know those red rocks are
See,
not
look at
gonna
me
be-
being all
You are
positive.
positive now. I'm the negative guy, but these red rocks are not going to look to help you in any way, shape, or form.
I'm pretty sure I wasn't any more hard on Dunnam's team than they're being on themselves.
No, I'm sure they know.
I have been impressed that they seem to be very much still in the end.
Yep,
And that was a pretty good shot.
a great shot, exactly. But it might have given just enough of an in off.
Mhm.
I think you got to try it now because I don't know you're going to get another shot at it. So do the in off, roll to the pin, and see what happens. If he does roll to the pin, MacDonald still is going to have a tap or a run back on the one he just threw. It'll be a little tough to get there, but So looking like a, guessing about a hack waiter and just chip and roll in.
Mm-hmm.
With that broom, that looks about hack.
I agree. Probably the backline to hack side of
Backline,
things.
yeah. My team calls that special weight. That's our. We always call for a special. We get a few looks out there. We're all yelling down special. Yeah, special. What is special weight, you guys? So special weight for Team Dull side is just through kind of hack to or backline to hack kind of weight.
He just took a little bit more ice. I think when he took a look at it, I thought maybe just that kind of backline weight.
Right.
I think.
Okay.
I think it's pretty edge to edge, so he's
Right.
gotta hope for some late movement to get underneath.
Right. And we have had late movement throughout the Bonspiel, so. Okay, just keeping it clean down at the moment. Not calling for the curl yet. Calling for straight. So he's got to be close.
Yeah.
Very nice. Would have liked to hair more of a roll, but well, actually,
I think it's pretty well tucked in there
that's, yeah.
because of the back yellow.
Yeah. So MacDonald, it did leave the MacDonald the option to just tap his own, which he was always going to have anyways. Just
I don't know. He can't see a ton of his own. Like he's
No?
got a. I'm not sure that's the
true.
easiest shot. That's definitely doable.
Yeah. Not quite sure how I'm seeing a 2 for Dunnam out of this, though.
They've really slowed down this
Yeah,
gameplay.
this.
Morizumi and Kaltoff are going to catch up to
Gonna
them here.
catch up to him. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. I thought we'd see a big. Well, I guess they missed the run backs is what the problem was. They did miss. For missing 3 rocks in a row, Dunnam at least being in for shot rock right now is probably the best that they could hope for. So MacDonald just trying to figure out best place to tap this, what angle he can do it. So looks like they put the broom in the middle of the 8 foot, and so this is just T-line back button kind of weight. Hope you tap it on the right angle, and
If he's got the right weight, he should be okay.
yeah.
Just even he can, I think, rub off his own.
Yeah, if you're a little wide and you chip it off your own, it'll take a little off. Just can't be light here. Light's kind of the worst.
Although, one could argue if you're lighting up front, it's a heck of a hard shot for 2, isn't
Well,
it?
then, yeah, right. True. Yeah, I guess.
He's going for it, though. He's not throwing
Yeah,
it there.
no, that's not. I don't think that's light, anyways. They are sweeping for the curl here. Line looks pretty good, I think. Yeah, great shot. But is there an in off to get to 2 now? That shooter rolling as far as it did might have opened up. It's really thin off that, isn't it?
Okay, I need the overhead.
Yeah. We'll get the guys to switch the cam. There we go. That is super thin for the.
Mm-hmm.
Super thin for the. It's there, but yeah, like just a sliver of that rock.
It's a redirect,
So,
essentially.
yeah, right. And I think you got to do it with some weight. Yeah, there's danger that you could, if you do this really wrong, you could remove your own yellow and give up a pile.
Nah, you'd have to really throw
Really
it poorly.
miss it?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I could throw it, yeah. Brian and I could throw it that bad.
What, special?
Yeah. I'll show you special. Well, he should be close on this, but this is razor thin, like you said, a redirect. Going for the curl.
Nah, I just didn't
I
want
think
to hear
he's-
that.
No.
Yeah.
Steal of one. Steal one for MacDonald. So interesting. Okay, well, you're one down, coming home with the hammer. If your team Dunnam. So they'll have a little chat here, and I think we're down to the last rock over on sheet
Yeah.
3.
It's not looking great for Keane. He might be able to play a thin double, kind of shave off his own, but I don't think so. Even if he makes it, it's for tie.
It's just for the tie, yeah, because he's not going to keep the shooter if he makes that shot, right?
Definitely not.
Yeah.
I think it's a bit of a
There we go.
unlikely.
Yeah. We'll try and give you viewers at home a shot just to watch this sheet 3 final shot. I think we know what the MacDonald Dunnam game is going to do in their first couple rocks, so we won't panic about going back there. We'll stick on this game for a moment.
MacDonald calling the guard.
Really, what a surprise.
Yeah.
There you go. Now you can watch both the Dunnam guard or the MacDonald guard and see the end result of the Keane shot here. Got him calling hard. Oh, did
Three?
Did he get 3?
He might have got 3 for the
I
win.
see 3
Come
for the
on.
wow.
I didn't realize that side
I
one.
didn't see that there was a jam there. Wow. Great shot by the Keane team.
That's a tough one for
Tough one
Maida.
for Maida. I thought they had it in at least the tie anyways. But wow, great shot by Keane. All right, so Keane advances, and he's going to play Sampson at noon in the 1 semi. And we're waiting for the results of the other 2 games to see who's playing in the other semifinal.
Dunnam throwing the corner guard as we would have expected. I
Good,
think.
yeah. I got that one to a nice depth for the corner guard.
MacDonald go around it. It's a bit of a mess of rocks. Kaltoff and Morozumi not looking great for Kaltoff right now.
Again, not surprised there. These guys have been playing with just a ton of rocks in play.
6 rocks yet to come in the 7th end though, so
And
plenty of time.
I think there's only 1 rock not in play on the Morozumi Kaltoff game right now.
I grew up watching my dad play Josh and Dustin's dad, so it's funny,
Right.
funny to see them here.
Did you ever have to babysit them in the rink when they were?
I'm pretty sure I was long gone
You
to
were
Calgary
gone?
by the
Oh,
time they were
by the
thought.
time they were around? All right.
my youth in curling clubs in Saskatchewan, mostly Regina, was, you know, Pac-Man and
Right.
learning how to read the scoreboard so you knew when you could get your snack.
Right, yeah, exactly, yeah. The Brooks Curling Club used to sell Twizzlers by the individual, so it was 5 cents per licorice piece, and so
That's funny.
if you found a quarter somewhere, you thought you'd hit the jackpot
Yeah.
because there was 5 Twizzlers coming your way.
My dad's family was in and around Crono, Saskatchewan,
Oh,
just
yep.
outside of Regina, and we used to go out there and and I always say the women because it was the women in the community who
Yep.
made just amazing pies.
Pies.
The lemon meringue with the highest meringue you've ever seen.
Yeah.
Yeah. Some of my curling club memories.
We got into a significant debate at the Huntington Hills Curling Club one time. My team with, I think Dan Bubola was on that team, and it was a big discussion as to who had the best pie in and around the Calgary area for curling clubs, and what was the best pie to pick. I'm a cherry, and Saskatoon is 1 and 1A for me, and after that kind of drops off. But
It kind of drops off.
I mean, I'll never turn down an apple pie. I'll never turn down even like mincemeat. I don't like the Boston cream or those pumpkins way down the bottom of the list for me. So
Now I'm appalled. So here we go with the peels. Dunnam's team is once again with a rock at the back of the rings, just killing them.
yeah, they did get the double peel that time, and they're okay with pushing it into the house. That's all right. Would have liked to get rid of it, but pushing it over there isn't terrible.
I agree.
We got a Team MacDonald fan on YouTube here, Peter MacDonald, giving a cheer.
Any relation, Peter?
It's at least spelled the same way. All right, MacDonald needs to put the guard back here.
The line. Never off.
Guard's looking pretty good here.
Hard. Good.
Yeah,
Shot.
great guard.
That's fine.
Nothing wrong with that. Dunnam looking to follow this down, so here's a bit of a port he needs to come through, but important to throw the draw on this side as opposed to the other because he needs to consider where his yellow rock is in the back of the house there and the angles for the jam. So they're calling 4-5 is what I'm hearing. I think they wanted a little deeper than a 4-5 though. Great shot, great sweep. Right to it, wow, fabulous.
Just guard now.
Ankle's
Comes
good.
right back.
Yeah,
Yeah, ankle's good for MacDonald.
Just a high one.
Unfortunately,
yeah.
overcurled on him.
Yeah, it did overcurl on him, didn't it? They weren't sweeping to keep it straight there. They were interesting. So MacDonald throwing up the high guard here.
Okay, line's harder if you can. Just Elias. Okay, well. Right here.
Doesn't want it too
No,
deep.
line's good. Well,
Gonna come a hair deeper than he wants, but
No. Just bite
think
the line,
it'll-
Cam. Bite it. Shot, no, that's good.
objective achieved, I think.
I think you can tell when you have your skip as MacDonald. He'll tell you if it's good or
If
not.
it's good or not.
He liked it, so.
Yeah, there's no gray. It's black or white, on or off. good or bad?
He doesn't seem, I'm kind of joking, but he doesn't seem disrespectful or anything. He's
No,
just
no.
very methodical. I think he's just watching him without having any conversation. He seems to me to be somebody who's always, every time, looking at odds. So I think
Yep.
that's the reaction. It's
Yep.
not personal.
Yeah, exactly. So Dunnam needs to make a good shot here. They need to jiggle things around. They got to change these angles a little bit.
Murazumi's now looking, spending a lot of time, all 4 players in the rings, trying to figure out what they're going to do about
they're gonna
Kaltoff's
do.
4 rocks.
It's never a great thing. So Dunnam's going to jiggle things here.
No,
Change the
that wasn't
angles.
awesome.
No, he wanted to keep that. He needed to keep the shooter.
Definitely.
Yep,
So
he released this.
maybe had a hair more weight than he.
Definitely
Should've
better
had.
than it was, though.
You're
Oh,
making
proud
good,
dad.
Proud
Oh,
Dad.
there you go,
Good job.
Peter.
Good job, Peter.
You want to be anywhere in here. Dead welded, shorts. Your top 8.
How nerve-wracking is it sitting at home watching this on YouTube, Peter? Is it?
Probably not as bad as a game that really matters.
That's
you
right.
know? Like, obviously, they want to win, but
Yeah.
Line's good.
I'm sure Peter has spent a lot of days in curling rinks.
I'm sure Peter has, yes.
No.
It's a great place to grow up, a great place for families, though, you know.
Yeah, I can't complain about what curling's given me, that's for sure.
No.
It's really bad.
Oh, see, there you go.
Okay,
That's what I
yeah,
mean by the
there's your-
odds when he
there's-
tells you. Yeah.
There's your honest, camera went a little out of focus there. That'll get changed in a sec. There we go.
That was an unfortunate one for sure.
Yeah, this kind of lets Dunnam off the hook here.
And I think you can also, they can make it and then be in a not great place for
Right.
MacDonald's.
Yeah. I mean, the quick thinking is just make this double, but what are you going to leave MacDonald? I think they have to play it though. They should be able to roll out just a hair on this too though and get some separation if they do it right.
Pretty silent call.
Yeah. Looks pretty good. Okay, double's made.
Wow.
Again, lost the shooter.
Gotta be on top, yeah.
Did he? Did Dunnam need to throw that much? Well, you're throwing a double, so you got to throw some weight at it for sure. But
I'm not sure any good would come from him sticking
around,
because I
anyways.
think he just maybe gives MacDonald something to work with.
Right.
Now he's got totally buried. He's got to get it around there and be second shot rock.
Yeah.
And even at that, easily could give up to this end.
Yeah.
Right?
So we're seeing just a little tighter broom here from the earlier in the game. They used to have the broom out on the 8 foot. They've tightened it up just a little bit, but with the power of these brushers too, they got to play it close to the guard. So. Looking pretty good here.
Whoa,
Is he just a hair hot though?
pretty good.
Yeah. Pretty good.
Yeah.
So if you're Dunnam, are you? You just got to make sure you don't leave your opponent to double back here. I don't think there's anything down this right side now to get in though. They've cut off that draw. So you're forced to the other side here.
Yep.
But
perfect situation would be almost edge to edge. Yeah.
yeah. Do you need to be just a hair deeper? Like, and I'm talking like an inch deeper
Then their own yellow
than
rock.
their own yellow rock?
I think that's the ideal situation, but
Yeah. Oh, Kaltoff. Oh, that was
a great shot.
great shot.
Wow.
Sorry, folks, you don't have the camera. We're going to keep it on our feature game, but Kaltoff just made a nice in off to lay 3 and force Morozumi
Draw for 1.
into a draw for 1 against 3 over on sheet 7.
Into a bit of a tricky looking draw as well.
Yeah.
For 1.
Yeah, he's got to be kind of precise on this. I guess he's got a little bit of backing with a roll off on that biter 4-foot. It's just behind tee, but
Yeah, it was a big shot though. Going in, if he gives up 1 to Morozumi, then he's got hammer tied up coming home.
Yep.
All right, so here's Dunnam.
Steve's got a clock on this. Oh, missed it.
Doesn't look awesome.
No, this is really short.
High.
That's just press and hold it till it goes to zeros.
Morozumi's draw looks pretty good for the 1. Yep,
We got their single.
he sure did. So tied up. Coming
Okay,
into 8,
so-
Kaltoff hammer.
Kaltoff hammer coming home with the hammer in the 8th end. Kaltoff Morozumi. And on our feature sheet, MacDonald he's in a really good spot right now. If MacDonald puts this where Dunnam just tried to, and he shot rock, how does... well, I guess MacDonald or Dunnam could just follow it down
Follow
and
down, yeah.
then tap it through for his 2. Does MacDonald play it a little short and then just choke off the scoring area and take this to the extra?
I mean, he could try, but anywhere in the 4-foot would be all that Dunnam would need, and there's a chance he could even throw that tap on his own. So I don't know. Let's see where he goes here. It's a bit hairy.
This is when I'm glad I'm a lead. Shut up and put the broom down.
That kind of looked like a lot, but the other team just came up short.
Came
there,
up really
so.
short, so yeah.
Yeah. Oh, no.
It's too heavy.
Come on.
That's heavier than he wanted, so oh,
Now he just has to follow him down.
yeah. Yeah, that's about 2 to 3 feet heavier than he needed.
And that's disappointing for him. He's had such a good game.
Yeah.
Then just needs to
So-
follow her down.
Follow it down with back 4, back 8 kind of weight. He only has to push him. Well, doesn't even have to push him, just draw
No,
to it.
to it.
Just draw to it, so. But you have to make it, so.
Oh, it's just back.
Okay, so Dunnam coming down. Just needs a clean draw to the draw the tee line. Calling a little bit of room to start. Needs the curl. Sweeping hard for the curl. Putting every ounce of weight. He's wide. He really needs to curl here. This really has to curl.
It's close.
Think he got just enough. Arms go up. Taking a second look, kicking the rocks off. Yeah, that's 2 for Dunnam for the win. So that's Dunnam over MacDonald. We're going to try and switch over to sheet 7 for you and bring the final end of
Kaltoff and Morozumi.
Kraltoff and Morozumi. So congratulations to Team Dunnam. Thank you to Team MacDonald for putting on a great show. They had a great weekend. I know they're disappointed with that result, but great game. All right, so we're decided we're tied up. Yeah, Lori, you should be very proud. So we're just on, is this lead stones?
Second.
Second stones,
First,
just starting
second. Yeah.
per second stone here, so. Kaltoff coming in the house right away. That's not a surprise. And Morozumi trying to keep the guards up to start. And now looking to come in and just come to the red rock. Great shot.
Now we can
Start blasting.
see some blasting. Yep.
Yeah. What a surprise that a Saskatchewan team would defer to a hit. Although most of them have dropped the big backswing. Nobody uses the backswing anymore.
No, no kidding.
Or very few of them do anyways. Lyle Kent from the Rob Johnson team still has a bit of a backswing.
When you're like 60 pounds smoking what when you learn how to curl, you never backswing.
You never backswing. When the rock weighs as much as you do.
Yeah. Never even thought. It was never even a thought.
That was never a choice. So Morozumi needs to put the guard back here. Awesome, thanks, Brian.
Lots of rotation on that. It's
Great
phenomenal.
shot. Kaltoff just again calling the rip. He's looking to get 2 or 3 or
As many as possible.
4 rocks going here.
That was a bit too tight of a guard for Morozumi's
Yeah.
team. Oh, they're going to come and look at angles, I
Kaltoff
think.
just checking the angles here. Just trying to see if he can get his 8-foot stone into a better spot. That's a classic throwing broom that I don't recognize the player, but the Iceman 2 I started. That was one of my first brooms was the
You talking about that hair broom?
hair broom.
That's
Yeah.
Josh.
That's,
White.
oh, it's Josh? Okay, well, the Iceman 2 brings back some memories for me. Wow, he pulled that one out of a closet somewhere because that one hasn't been for sale for a long time. So
I bet most people don't even know who the Iceman is anymore.
right, yeah, Al Hackner. I think he's still number 2 on the greatest shots, the 50 greatest shots of curling. Jennifer surplanted him at number 1 with her in off, but I think the Iceman still gets number 2 on TSN's 50 greatest shots of curling.
Well, the thing is, I can actually name the teams that they beat in
That
those
they-
shots. Sadly. It's Pat Ryan and Jennifer Hanna.
And that's right, yes. Even sadder thing is I remember watching those games. That was back when you used to just get the playoffs on CBC. You didn't even get the round robin games. You just got the playoffs on CBC. I may have seen that 50 greatest shots show a few times on TSN. They tend to repeat that one a few times. All right, so I think they've got the angles figured out, and they're going to run this back and get as much granite going as they can possibly move. Going for the curl. Be a little wide. Might. Oh, just pushed it by. Close. Gives Morozumi the chance to put it back better, though.
Yeah, I don't think Josh is very happy with that.
No, he won't like that result. He wanted more out of that one. I mean, you got rid of the shooter, you got rid of the guard, but I think Morozumi's going to place a better guard this time. Well, he looks a little wide at the moment. They are brushing it, though. Getting the curl. Okay. Pretty good. I think Keltoff's pretty much got the same shot, doesn't he? Well, he'd really like this red-yellow combo. It's a bit of risk-reward on that.
Yeah, it's not a lot of risk, though, really. Even if he ticks the top.
Yeah, if you're
Yellow
tight
one.
and you just pick the yellow one. Yeah, Keltoff's got hammer. Great work by Steve to update the scoreboard and hammer. Thanks, Steve. Good job. So Josh taking another crack at this run back. A little tighter this time because the broom's on, but
It's close.
it's really close.
No.
Oh, just again. Wow.
So again,
Wow, I thought he had that time. When they had the broom on it, I thought, okay. So Morozumi just thinking here as to whether they're going to put the guard back or do they come in at this point. I think you got to put the... Morozumi's going to have to make a play on Shotstone, but it's too early to do that yet. Kaltoff knew that the top 4 foot, or touching 4 foot yellow rock is that's the danger rock right now.
even at that, though, to remove the red one, they need to touch the yellow, and then
Right.
you still have the 4 foot.
Yeah.
It's not terribly dangerous at the moment for
No.
Kaltoff's team.
No. Yeah, Kaltoff's still in pretty good shape despite not peeling more than they wanted, but
top red one is actually a problem for Morizumi's team, because if they put another one in there, and they just Keltoff's team can kind of smash the red over, and everything goes that way away from the forefoot. But we'll see what they do.
Yeah, he's just talking about where does he bump that to? Okay, so looks like they're playing just the tap here, jiggle things around.
It's definitely got some weight on it. It's
Yeah,
more like
that's
hackish, I think.
more weight than I thought they were going to throw, but this will. Okay.
It's kind of sneaky.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. So if Keltoff comes into the pocket there. I think yellow is second shot. Which definitely makes a difference.
I don't like that top yellow rock.
No. The one that they're tapping right now, yeah.
No, the top 12.
Oh, the top 12 one, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Josh is talking about just getting rid of the rock you don't like, I think.
I think that's the one that's going to get you into the
Into trouble.
most trouble. But I don't love that.
No.
If you don't get a good angle on it, they come around
Right.
their own yellow one, you're actually blocked there.
What do you do, right? Yeah. Do you just peel off that top yellow and
Definitely could.
I don't know if I like.
It's real good if you make it. The problem is you gotta make
You
it.
gotta make it. Yeah, that.
Wouldn't even hurt my feelings if you jammed it on the back red, but we
Right.
just need to. That middle yellow is.
That's the one causing the issues. Yeah.
Obviously, these guys didn't get the memo. I haven't eaten yet today, and I have
Right.
groceries I need to get.
Right.
It's all about me.
And I understand. I'm sitting here. That piece of toast I had for breakfast. I have a backup plan, though, Amy. I've got 3 days of reserve sitting here, so. Never an issue for me. If you need some, I could again give it to
Donate?
you. I would donate it. Yeah, it's not a loan. It's not coming back if I give it. I'm trying to pawn this weight off for quite a while, and nobody's taking me up on the offer.
Right, this makes me happy.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I think Amy Nixon got her wish, and
He's wide though, so he's gonna jam it straight into the far yellow. I think it's interesting.
okay.
It's
Oh,
not bad.
okay.
not bad.
That's a pretty good result, actually.
It doesn't like wound me.
no, overall that's a pretty good result. Yeah, Morizumi's got a, I think they're down to a freeze now. Could tap that as well, yes. Teams are so good with the up weight now, though. The freeze is so hard to, and especially if you have more than one shot at it. I mean, Kaltoff's got 2 rocks to come here, and so.
I've never seen someone with better hair than Matsumura.
If there was ever a definition of the bowl cut,
It's pretty solid. Look at it.
it is.
Like, I don't know. There's a lot of men who'd be pretty impressed to have that kind
Right,
of hair.
yeah, yeah. That's why I wear a hat now, Amy. Well, guys, you got 2 shots. Pick one. Tap or freeze.
It's not been, what is this, a 3-hour 8-end game?
Yeah, they started at 9 o'clock, and we started at 9 o'clock on the dot, and it's now 12:03. So next games are up at 12:30.
Oh, goodness, really?
Is it 12:30? Yeah, next game's up at 12:30. So, and they still got rocks to come.
Not one of these teams doesn't care.
Right? Yeah. Somebody's going to have a nice lunch and. All right. Did he settle on the freeze?
Looks like it to me. Unless he's playing a tap. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's maybe a tap, actually.
Might be the tap, actually. I think he settled on the tap.
Look at the ice.
Yeah, that's way too much ice for the freeze. So this is the tap. He's got a couple options with the angle on the tap, I guess, but a little bit of a sweep on it here, but looks a
Kind of
little
in the
hot,
middle.
doesn't it?
Well, it's in the middle. It's sort of.
Kind of crotch. Push that too far. Okay. All right. So Kaltoff. Your first reaction is hit something, but I don't know that a hit gets you anything good.
Two reds.
Yeah, rocks. This is first skip stones for Kaltoff. And well, if you're going to hit that back yellow, like, don't you just roll out?
Yeah, just pick it.
Just pick it, and there's no sense sticking around. That's just giving Morozumi more to freeze to, so I don't see any point in keeping your shooter around. I guess you could keep it just back 8 foot so that it outcounts the top 2 yellows if you ever rolled out on your very last shot, but
Yeah, you're just giving him a wall, though.
right, yeah.
Something to tap back and be in front of.
But this isn't broom for just picking it out. Like, this is a soft weight takeout kind of broom.
If he throws control, no, picks it.
I
don't know.
guess, yeah.
Well, I guess we'll find out. won't
Find
we?
out, yeah.
Not a draw, that's for sure.
No. This has to curl.
Oh, he's going to pull his mixed doubles experience in and
Experience,
sweep his own
yeah,
rock.
jumped up and
Try to carve it.
looks pretty good. Okay, so did roll. So he was trying to roll just to that back full 8 and stay second shot rock, but well, I think all Morozumi can do is freeze and be shot rock, and then hope. No, you can't. The hit and roll over there is, well, you're just giving him a free draw to the 4 foot. I don't know if I like this call. Mind you, I'm in the booth, so
Freeze has to be pretty darn exact.
it does.
And
It does.
even at that, you should be able to hit it hard enough and nose it almost, right?
Right.
So I don't blame him for thinking about
The hit and roll.
trying to make him draw. I mean, I think it just depends on what shot you want him playing.
Right.
Either way, you're not in a great position right
No.
now. So
Yeah. If I think I'm Morozumi, I think I want Kaltoff drawing, but I think he's got the late curl. He's
Close.
got the late curl. He's going to get the roll that he wants, but does he roll too far? No.
it's fine, but
So
Dustin's going to draw
just needs to
full 8.
full 8. Yeah, full 8. Touch 4. This is what you pay the skips all the money for, so I think Morozumi made that about as good as he could. So there'll be a broom down the whole way here. I'll see if I can get a time here. No time like the present. Just giving a good clean on that rock, making sure. Understand the importance of that. Okay,
The
pressure's
lead.
down.
Lead was on it right away. It's not curling a ton, though.
No, he's got to curl a mile here. 14-9, so
Oh, my gosh.
he's got a curl.
Okay, it's good.
Good enough. Little rub, great shot. Needed a bit of the rub there. And so that's a win for Kaltoff over Morozumi. All right, well, Amy, thank you very much for joining us. That was great to have you down here, and we'll see you on Wednesday night, I guess.
Yeah, exactly. Thanks for the morning. It's been a good morning.
Absolutely. All right, YouTube, thank you.